Hello, my wonderful friends, and welcome to another edition of the Nintendo News Roundup. How are you doing today? Are you ready for some news? Because I'm ready to deliver that news. Listen to the news, if you want. Sorry, it came across a lot stronger than I needed it to. Okay, got some Pocket Monsters news. By the time this video goes out, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shiny Pearl. I still don't. Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. I think that's it. It will be out. Apparently, it is very, very important that you update the game before playing it. It is very common for there to be day one updates on games, but apparently this one is like crazy. This one unlocks a tremendous amount of the game's actual like features and locations and content and stuff. Fixes like there's just like missing animations. There's like placeholder music. So yeah, it's a little sad because I remember being a kid, driving to Walmart, getting a Pokemon and going in the car and putting it in my Game Boy and just playing right away. But it's like, I hope kids aren't doing that with their Switch Lites or whatever. Don't play the game until you can hook it up to the internet. Pokemon Company's got a new line of round, extra squishy wishy Pokemon plushies. And out of these, my favorite is Slowpoke. Very adorable. And in some very rather different Pokemon merchandise related news, Pokemon has teamed up with the company Baccarat, I don't know, whatever, to make some like little Pokemon crystal statuettes. The biggest of these is a Pikachu and costs $25,000. So put that on your Christmas wish list. Apparently they only made a handful of them, but maybe you'll get lucky. Have you been really good this year? Ask Santa. Pokemon Company also apparently had a, must have missed this, but they had a super pet contest where they had people send in. I hope it wasn't in a previous roundup. I'd be really embarrassed if it was, and I am saying that I was unaware of it. Whatever. Pet contest. People sent in pictures of their pets, and they picked the best ones. I don't know. It wasn't even like Pokemon pets, so they weren't even dressed up or anything. It was just kind of people's pets. So there you go. There's a whole cute little video here of them going through all of the pets and looking at the cute pets. And then like a little over halfway through the video, it just turns into a Diamond and Pearl commercial. It's actually kind of weird. It's just like, it just launches into that for minutes and minutes. It's just a Diamond and Pearl commercial. Interesting. Ed Sheeran is doing a Pokemon Go thing. He's doing one of those in-game concerts that are all the rage these days. Apparently he's doing it in Pokemon Go, singing a bunch of songs. Awesome. Ed Sheeran. That's definitely a name I've heard of and a face I have seen. That's true. I mean it. I have seen that man's face and I've heard that name before. So that's pretty cool. Also, apparently there's going to be a lot of water starters available in the game because he likes water starters. There you go. So this is pretty cool. Apparently Niantic is allowing people to use their AR tech, and it's not like the big map one, but like the when you're holding up your phone and through the camera, and it lays out like a 3D mesh over the world so that you can use applications that interact with that mesh, and it's pretty cool. They're letting people use it apparently for no fee, and then like eventually after 6 months, if your application has over 50,000 users, then there's a fee. But I think it's really cool that they're just trying to share the technology and let people do stuff with it. A lot of different companies are already getting on it, and I have no doubt that more will come. Speaking of Niantic, early numbers are coming in for Pikmin Bloom. Apparently within the first 2 weeks, it was downloaded nearly 2 million times. That's not great. I see most people kind of spinning it as good. I know it's not going to perform as well as Pokemon or anything. Pikmin's a pretty niche thing. I wouldn't be surprised if even Nintendo, like even knowing that, they were kind of hoping for more. For a free app, 2 million is not a ton. Apparently it made a little under $500,000 in that time, and that's also, I don't know. Generally, unless an app just like comes out of the gate making millions, they're seen as a failure. So I don't know how long this thing is going to run. I don't have high hopes for it. I don't know. Maybe we'll be surprised. Maybe it'll pick up. Who knows? Everyone's asking me about Pikmin Bloom. I wanted to play it long enough to actually get a good taste for it because you unlock stuff as you gain levels, and I'm still unlocking stuff. So there's your answer. That's why I haven't done it yet. I probably will soon. It's just been hard to get out and walk around enough, and level up. I've been busy. So there you go. There's the answer. Nintendo has announced their Black Friday deals, and in a massive, just surprising turn of events, they are using the same Black Friday bundle they have, I think, every year. I think every single year of the Switch's life, it's been the Mario Kart bundle. So that's a thing. There you go. Okay, well, it also has, what, 3 months of a free Nintendo Switch Online? That's probably been standard last year too, but there you go. Boring, predictable, but it gets the job done. People like the Mario Kart. They do have other games, you know, they'll be on sale for like 40 bucks or something, which isn't terrible. A lot of the Switch's biggest games. Then they got Mario Kart Live Home Circuit for 60. It's normally like 100, and then Ring Fit Adventure for 55. That's pretty good. You're looking for those? Those make real good Christmas presents. Nintendo usually offers a free 7-day trial of Nintendo Switch Online for new users, and if you use your trial, you can't for a while, but every once in a while they kind of like, I don't know, like refresh it. So now they're like, hey everybody, even if you've used a trial before, you can use it again. So now anybody can get a free 7-day trial. Weirdly though, this does not include the expansion pass. Why would you? I don't really know why they would want to not include. They just refreshed the whole thing like they're trying to get people on it, and yet they don't want them to see the expansion pass. I don't get it. That's Nintendo though. Big Brain Academy, Brain versus Brain, just got a new demo. Wow, a new demo for a first-party Nintendo game. Wow, look at that. Go play that, I don't know. WarioWare Get It Together apparently has songs for its different characters. I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I haven't played the game, but apparently Penny's song, there was an unreleased Spanish version of the song that never actually made it to the game, but Nintendo has posted some of these WarioWare songs on YouTube, which is cool in and of itself. Can you give us more official music, please? That would be cool, but that's a whole discussion for another day. But apparently they gave us this Spanish version of the song, which is pretty cool. I think I actually prefer, I listened to both. I think I prefer the Spanish one. It's very nice. Monster Hunter Rise, no longer a complete, exact, perfect Switch exclusive, you know, on PC and everything. But I will continue to talk about Monster Hunter Rise because I think it's cool. And it's a console exclusive. That's still a thing. Point is, though, Monster Hunter Rise cross Sonic. You get a Sonic costume for your Palico, and your Palamute gets the tails. It's awesome. It's awesome, what can I say? Doug Bowser did an interview with The Verge and was asked about a few different things going on in the world of Nintendo, some controversies, and people would get on Reggie's case for giving non-answers. This guy, though, Doug Bowser, he's got it. He has got the non-answer down completely. I don't even want to read these quotes because they don't say anything. They're basically just like, in both cases, it's we're observing and we are continuing to improve, and, you know, there's no real actual answer there. There you go, end of story. Now that we've got all our Smash fighters, Sakurai, he's been a little more loosey-goosey with the tweets, tweeting more about his personal life, which is very fun. Here's Sakurai on a horse. Sakurai on a horse. You ever want to see Sakurai on a horse? There's Sakurai on a horse. Apparently, Sakurai also bought an Xbox Series X, which is pretty cool, and I also got one of those as well. Got one from a friend, and it's really good. It's really good. Series X is really good. Nintendo? I don't like Nintendo anymore. I'm an Xbox guy. Here's a story. Here's a heck of a story. Okay, so Panda Global esports team just announced that they are running the first officially licensed Smash tournament in North America. And from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like this means Nintendo is the one who's always run their own tournaments. This is Nintendo sanctioning a tournament that another organization is running. So that's already really cool, but that's not even the amazing part. The amazing part is they will be playing Smash Ultimate and Melee. They're playing Melee. Nintendo is allowing them to play Melee. You know, Melee, that game that Nintendo seems to just wish never existed. They don't like that people still play the old game. They want them to play the new one. Well, here you go. This is Nintendo acknowledging that Melee still exists. People are playing it, letting them play it, and that's big. That's really, really, really big. So a number of, quote, industry insiders, people with decent track records, blah, blah, whatever. Okay, there's a rumor going around that, it's been going around for a while, but now we're getting a lot of people kind of like really hammering down on it. that Nintendo is not doing a Metroid Prime trilogy collection. They might have been at one point, but it's possible that plans changed, and now they're just doing like a remake or a remaster of Metroid Prime 1. And that would be such the monkey's paw thing. Like, all by itself. Just like, completely, like, in a vacuum, a remaster of any kind of Metroid Prime 1 would be awesome. Really, really, really awesome. One of my favorite games of all time. But the fact that on the Wii, they gave us the whole trilogy, and then on the Wii U, they gave us the trilogy for cheap, and now, like, if they broke it apart, like, just, that's... It's not even just a value thing. I almost wouldn't even mind, like, paying for all three of these separately again. It's more just, like, I would hate to see them do Metroid Prime 1, and then not 2 and 3, and then giving us 4. It's like, no, Nintendo, you gotta stop doing this. You gotta stop trying to sell us new games without giving us all the old games. That would be very frustrating. And so that's why it's probably what's gonna happen. Because it's the thing that makes you go, yeah, oh, yeah, oh. Funny. Speaking of Metroid, we got a number of Metroid things here. Usually it's just like Pokemon and Animal Crossing, but no, we got multiple Metroid stories. That's awesome. They just announced all of the nominees for the Game Awards, and Metroid Dread is in the running for Game of the Year. The big one. The big prize, Metroid Dread, is there. It's always a good day when, when Nintendo has any game in the running for Game of the Year. And the fact that it's Metroid Dread, that is awesome. I'm very pessimistic in this episode, in this video. I'm sorry because it's coming off that way, but I honestly have no hope at all that it's gonna win Game of the Year. But it's awesome that it's on there. Absolutely incredibly awesome. And if it doesn't win, I really, 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 really hope it's Resident Evil 8, because I love that game. We got Nintendo games in other categories. Monster Hunter Rise is up for Best Multiplayer Game and Best RPG. Pokemon Unite is up for Best Mobile Game. Most Anticipated Game, we got Breath of the Wild 2 in there. And then, as is pretty common, Best Family Game is a category almost completely dominated by Nintendo. We have It Takes Two, and then the rest is Nintendo. Mario Party Superstars, New Pokemon Snap, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, and WarioWare Get It Together. Game Awards coming up in some weeks. Is Nintendo gonna reveal anything at the Game Awards? They don't have any Smash reveals anymore, so I don't know, who knows? Also on the topic of Metroid Dread, it's apparently had a pretty darn strong opening. We still don't have any, like, really solid numbers. The fiscal year ended right before Dread came out, so we might have to wait a little while longer before we get real numbers, which is very frustrating because we all really want to see how well it did. But in terms of, like, dollar sales, it's, you know, the biggest Metroid game ever in most, if not all, territories. In the US, it seems to have, like, even doubled the next best-selling Metroid game, which was Metroid Prime. So very, very good news all over the place, all around. Wonderful. Let's wrap things up with 2 fan stories, the first of which is also Metroid related. She Says of Boundary Break, super good friend of mine, awesome guy. His latest episode is on Metroid Dread. He takes the camera wherever, breaking the boundaries. That's the thing of the whole show, which gives you a really awesome, like, detailed breakdown of just how the game is made from a visual standpoint and all sorts of fun little developer secrets and stuff. There are spoilers in it, so, you know, only if you've beaten the game. But if you have beaten the game, go watch it now, or I will be seriously mad at you, okay? I'll yell at you. I'm not gonna, that's too much. I would never yell at anyone, okay? I'm not gonna be that mad. He does really good work. Go look at his stuff. And finally, a group called The Game Brass is releasing Link to the Brass. This is Link to the Past with complete brass arrangements for everything, all of the music, and this isn't just an album. It's not just like, oh hey, Link to the Past songs, except with all brass. Like, no, this is literally like, they give you a file that you could put into a ROM so you can play the game with a completely replaced soundtrack, which is really cool. I've listened to these, they sound awesome. It's really fitting to the style of music. In basically every case that I've heard so far. It sounds great, so that's cool. Check that out. That is it for this edition of the Nintendo News Roundup. Thank you for joining me. I love you. I'm giving you a big hug. Huggy wuggers. What am I doing? I'm just really tired today. I'm really tired most days. What We're saying bye, good night, everybody. Sleep well.